Hey you guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about why you feel stuck in life and how to get unstuck. Have you ever felt stuck in the same place even though you know you want more? You think about changing your life, so you plan, you visualize, you promise yourself this time it will be different. But then nothing really changes. You fall back into the same patterns, the same habits, the same thoughts. And after a while, it stops feeling like a phase and it starts to feel like who you are becoming. But here's the truth. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're not stuck because you don't have enough discipline. You feel stuck because something is holding you in place. In this video, we're going to break that down from two different angles. The psychological, what your brain is doing behind the scenes, and the esoteric part, the deeper patterns of identity, energy, and perception. And by the end, you'll understand not just why you're stuck, but exactly how to start moving again. Okay, let's start with the science. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to make you safe and predictable. That means your brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar growth and known discomfort versus unknown possibility. This is driven by something called the habit loop. So it's kind of like cue, behavior, and then reward. So over time, your brain automates behaviors to conserve energy. So even if your life isn't great, it's familiar. If it's familiar, your brain will defend it. This is why people stay in jobs that they don't like, relationships that are toxic, relationships that drain them, and routines that go nowhere. Because your brain's perspective, predictability equals survival. So then there's this thing called the identity trap. But it goes deeper than just habits. You don't just act a certain way, you identify with it. For example, some things that you might say like, I'm just not disciplined. I've always been this way. Or I'm not the type of person who so and so. You have to remember that these are not observations. They are identity statements. And once something becomes part of your identity, your brain will filter reality to confirm it, right? To make that your reality. This connects to the concept of cognitive dissonance. Your brain hates inconsistency. So if you act in a way that contradicts your identity, kind of like going against it, changing, you will feel a resistance. You feel like, I don't really want to do this. Not because it's wrong, but because it's unfamiliar. Another major factor is learned helplessness. If you've ever tried to change in the past and failed, your brain starts to assume, what's the point of doing this? Why? Why do this? So you stop trying, not consciously, but subconsciously. This then creates a loop. Try, fail, feel bad, stop trying, stay stuck. Over time, this becomes your baseline. Now let's go a little bit deeper, because psychology teaches you why you get stuck, but the esoteric perspective explores why it feels so heavy. Are you living a pattern? From an esoteric lens, your brain isn't random. Think of it like this. It's a reflection of your internal state, how you feel, how you act internally. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs create kind of an energetic pattern. And then the pattern keeps recreating the same experiences. This idea connects loosely to what some people would call the law of attraction, but not in a wishful thinking way. I wish this could happen. Not like that. It's not think positive and everything just radically changes. No. It's this. You notice, so you choose and act in alignment with what you already believe is true. So your reality loops. Now, let me tell you about the mirror effect. Your external life mirrors your internal identity. If deep down you believe, I'm not enough, I always mess things up, things never work out for me, you'll unconsciously make decisions that reinforce those beliefs. Not because you want to suffer, but because your mind is trying to stay consistent. So, on another perspective, here's something most people don't realize. You're not stuck in life. You're stuck in unprocessed emotional states. Every experience that felt overwhelming, embarrassing, or painful but wasn't fully processed gets stored. And those emotions quietly shape your behavior. This connects to ideas explored in trauma research and even body-based approaches like somatic experiencing. Your body remembers what your mind tries to move past. So when you try to change, those old emotion patterns get triggered, and suddenly you procrastinate, you overthink, you self-sabotage. Not because you're weak, it's because a part of you is trying to protect you from something that hasn't been resolved. Now, comfort zones are energetic, not just mental. We often think of comfort zones as psychological. They're also emotional and energetic states. Your nervous system gets used to a certain level of stress, stimulation, even chaos. So when life becomes too calm or too different, it feels wrong. And you unconsciously pull yourself right back in to what feels normal, even if normal is what's keeping you stuck. So now we're going to talk about how to get unstuck. Now, this is the most important part. How to get unstuck. How do you usually break out of this? Not temporarily, but for real. How do you stop this? How do you fix this? Step 1. You're going to change your identity. Most people try to change their actions first. That's backwards. Your actions follow your identity. Who are you? Instead of saying, I need to be more disciplined, shift to, I'm someone who keeps small promises to myself. Then prove it in tiny ways, small things. Because identity isn't changed by thinking, it's changed by evidence. Number 2, make it so small it feels stupid. If you're stuck, then your system is overwhelmed. So the solution is not a massive action, not a big change. It's a ridiculously small action that you need to do. Like if you're working out, do 1 push-up or 2 minutes of work, or even try writing 1 sentence. This works because it bypasses resistance. And once you start, the momentum builds naturally. Number 3, rewrite the loop. Remember the habit loop. Cue, behavior, reward. You don't need to destroy it. You just need to interrupt it. Example, the cue would be this. Feeling stressed is the cue. The old behavior would be scroll through social media constantly. The new behavior would then be take a 60-second pause. Now that's just an example. The key is consistency, not intensity. Number 4, process, don't suppress. If you ignore the emotional layer, you'll stay stuck. You need to actually feel and process what is underneath. That might look something like sitting in silence, journaling honestly, not distracting yourself from discomfort. This is where the real change happens. Not when you avoid the feeling, but when you allow it to move through you. Step 5, accept the in-between phase. This is the hardest part. There will be a period where your old identity is fading and your new identity isn't solid yet. And it feels like you're in a limbo, kind of. This is where most people quit. But that phase is not failure. It's the transformation. And that's what you're looking for, the transformation. Step 6, reduce friction, not motivation. You don't need more motivation, you need less resistance. Make change easier. Put things in your environment that support your goals and remove things that pull you back. Your environment shapes your behaviors more than your willpower does. If you're feeling stuck, it's not random, It's not permanent, and it's not who you are. It's pattern. A pattern built from your brain trying to keep you safe, your identity trying to stay consistent, and your emotions trying to be heard. But patterns can be changed. Patterns can be broken, not through force, but through awareness and small, consistent shifts. Don't ask, how can I change my life overnight? Ask, what is one small thing I can do today? And my future self would recognize as different. Start there and you won't be stuck for long. And thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate if you guys stayed this long.